I say, whoa now there, it's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, back with another video, and I'm gonna hop straight into it, because it's hot. But bro, I'm gonna be very transparent in this one. And I'm probably gonna say some things that got some shock value, but I wanna believe that deep down in the free thinking black man mind, these ideas reside at. But in the era of Me Too and what I'm saying, these gaslighting, triggering, kind of labels they slap on men who won't go along, get along, or want to get off the social plantation where he has no power and is just of service to the plantation and the master and the woman, and you know what I'm saying, whatever, yo. So okay, so this week I decided to take me a mini sabbatical. So I went over to Rehoboth Beach in Delaware. Um, I know about the area. I actually went there during the off season just to kind of scout, new territory, new lands, you know what I'm saying, but close enough to where I live. That's about an hour and a half away, right? So I elected to, take a little 3-day, 2-day joint and went over there again, make some deliveries, whatever. But I hadn't been there during the summertime, and a lot of times I'm not I'm just so focused on what I'm doing, I'm not taking into account like other stuff, right? Now you have Rehoboth Beach, you got a bunch of beaches, Dewey Beach. Further down, you got like Bethany Beach, just coastline, right? And it's during the week, so I'm totally forgetting about like kids being out of school. I'll try to figure out what people do for a living, and it's actually a very well-to-do area. Once I started delivering certain stuff and going in certain neighborhoods, I'm like, oh wow, this is nice. White folk live good out here. You know what I'm saying? They walking around, flip flops. Beach life is more carefree. You know what I'm saying? Da da da. And I actually had inboxed a homeboy of mine to explain my findings or my insights, right? And every time, and New Breed covered this as well, as far as like feeling out of place or just you try to be social but you turned off, or they're not vibing on your level, or you can't be in the moment because you thinking about getting away, or you just feel like you don't fit in, whatever, right? So there's a Walmart in that. So I figured, well, since I'm over here, let me deliver some orders. I'll see, what I mean, woo woo woo. And just kind of like it's gonna be make a couple of hours, be reflective, new scenery, new area. And initially it was that until I got to moving and grooving. Now I wouldn't call it a city like you would think of like a Philadelphia, DC, Baltimore, anything along those lines. But it's a pretty big general area. You got Lewis there. Like there's a bunch of like small towns, but they're all kind of like on the coastline, and what I mean, so on and so forth, right? And then Delaware has the appeal being, no sales tax, so on and so forth. But I found it initially, like, okay, I'm over here, it's nice, summer, whatever. But I found it initially, once I started moving and growing and seeing the sights and sounds, and I don't know how to just get into this, but then it began to vex my spirit, and here's why. With me being a socially conscious dude, or, finding the way human beings operate, so on and so forth, and then at the same time, me being more enlightened, evolved, more socially aware and conscious, I found it very hard to actually enjoy myself and do the mental, emotional, spiritual things I needed to do because I was distracted by the women. Mind you, I'm far from a pervert or anything along those lines. Um, I find, just because I'm, where I'm at with it, it's hard and it's vexing because I'm assuming that the average woman I run to is worldly. So there's no reason other than being cordial of having any kind of deeper level conversation because they're not deep. But then at the same time, understanding if they're not like that, then they're probably conditioned by Babylon. So they probably have a whorish nature. So if I engage in that, I can get what I desire. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want it like that spiritually. You see what I'm saying? Like my mind say, Force Black Man Escape, EBM, it's war. It's psychological war, right? For the heterosexual free thinking black bath to go into a Walmart and then be bombarded with visuals of essentially women with their husbands and young girls walking around in a store essentially in beach attire for me. There's no reason. I'm thinking about some old other stuff, but now I am bombarded with cheeks and womb and come on, man. Uh, breast etc. So of course I'm a man, so I desire a woman on a more how would I word it? Maybe deeper level, more of a scriptural way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? So then you get this carnal desire for something that you're spiritually turned off by. But the things or the attributes of a woman that would spiritually engage you are few and far between. So it's like my mind in the background be keep trying to solve a problem that there's no answer to. Unless I just discard some type of principle or some type of tenet of engaging with the woman with, you know, the right motives and intention. And I felt like if I were to do that by perceiving whoever she is and where she's at mentally, I could get what I want, but I'm being manipulative or I'm taking advantage of the fact you're vulnerable, but don't realize it. Then at the job, and this is where I shared wisdom and information, nobody took it. And they went backwards. Or they went through situations that I'd seen coming down the pipe that I tried to alleviate them from. But it's ridiculous, bro. And I guess because we're so in this like inverted society, it's just normal. Essentially, like you had like okay, maybe it's me. Somebody tell me. But I saw a Hispanic. I guess I'm assuming she was a Hispanic woman. Nice looking. I mean, booty shorts on in Walmart. She's looking. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Had the breasts out with essentially they call it a bikini, but it's basically underwear you wear to a beach. Like in the 50s, 60s, I think the end of it was set you you couldn't wear that type of stuff. Like it was actually illegal. Like it was along the lines of, public indecency or public exposure or whatever you call that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, wow. And then like my eyes work, so I'm seeing every nook and crevice and I'm seeing the jiggle and I'm like, God damn, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is crazy, yo. Darn, my phone getting hot. I'm like, God damn. And then it just make you vibrate on a level that you really don't want to be operating in. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, bro. Then you got the youngins out there. Now, because of the food, no Diddy, no R. Kelly. And I can tell they're, under the limit. But because of the McDonald's or the Chick-fil-A, they seem to be a lot more curvaceous than they were when I was in school. And they'll essentially be in stores, with a bra on and maybe some little, like you can see the cheeks or, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, come on, man. Now, to be totally honest, and this is where I'm going to go with this. Now, I got enough sense not to do it. But they say the average man is sexually deprived. So those who don't have a certain standard principles that holds them in check, I could actually see if you're sexually deprived and then you're in this environment where you're bombarded with all this. I could see how on the heterosexual side of things, you could have the same mentality as the MF and booty warrior. That man how about booty or coochie in this is more important than water. Because if you're deprived of a thing, you become fixated on it. Just like, the brothers in the rap gang and they spit certain type of bar of being in poverty on certain environments. They're fixated on getting out of it by any means necessary. So I could see how it would create a mental construct in someone's mind of, you know what, I can't take no more. I'm going to get this, you know what I'm saying? And then whatever you went through in child support or negative experience with women, the Babylonian woman, da-da-da, where you're not looking at them in any kind of respectable fashion or I wonder what is it to her. It's just straight lust and carnality. But like my mind say, when all this stuff fall apart, they'll hurry up and cover up there. But the law of the social construct kind of allows them to do this. Like, so when I went I couldn't really do what I need to do for me internally unless I just blindfolded myself and walked by faith and not by sight. due to the fact that I'll be honest, like I'm like, God darn, oh wow, wow, gosh, ooh, I want, you know what I'm saying? Be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? And I really like, I know when the word talks about turn away, but I'll be honest, sometimes I don't want to turn away. I want to gaze upon the beauty of a woman, you know what I'm saying? And admire the, you know, the work, the craftsmanship of the Most High hand, you know what I'm saying? But then I just, now it's making, it's just, man, I'm trying to told you, bro. It's just wild out here, bro. I give you another, like, I went to Wawa. I'm ready to roll out. I guess they going to the beach. 'Cause I'm in a beach type of area, or not too far from it. To where as though the woman say, they get out the car. Guy got on, cargo shorts, polo shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying they're either coming to or coming from or going to the beach. His lady, I'm assuming his lady because she with him, hop out and she's basically got on a bikini, which is just underwear and a bra, right? With some see-through slip-on joint, and you can see everything. And she just walking around, you know what I'm saying? And it could create an environment. Let's say your frontal lobe isn't fully developed or whatever, and now you got this negative interaction on either which side, because you might, for the brother might be getting teed up as they say. You know what I'm saying? Then he be like, oh man, he overly gawking out. Him and main man got an issue, but she getting off on the attention because she's essentially in public naked. The only thing that is protecting the goodies is a thin piece of fabric, and you can see everything. You can see how it jiggle when she, you know what I'm saying? If I'm a deeper level thinker, so oh man, what it be like? You know what I'm saying? And I don't like operating like that, yo. Like I'm going out, I'm going to get me an assignment, and then I'm easily diverted or quickly diverted because I'm quickly diverted. Dang, I'm quickly diverted by the lust of the eyes. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't engage in any of those tactics or pursue in that particular manner, but at the same time, this is spiritual warfare. I know we're supposed to cast down every thought and imagination, or give it under the authority of Yeshua. But like I said, I'm struggling with that. You know what I mean? Because I really don't be smashing like that. Because I don't want the liability. I love my peace, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, my eyes work and I do admire the beauty of a woman. Even more so on the lower level of things when you essentially see outside butt naked. You know what I'm saying? And then here in the small town, then I might go see the homies or just try to, get a little sun on my tail, as they say. You know what I'm saying? And the young girl, they walking around booty shorts on, and I can already tell they're groomed to be out that mob. So then I don't do it, but in the back of my mind, like, yo, I should just cook down on her, yo. And it's not like I'm trying to wife her, because like Tupac said, I understand she's a product of the poison, but it's straight carnal. But I don't actually engage in it. Now I don't know how this pertains, but I know there's no sin in temptation. It's when you yield to it. But in my mind, I be wanting to yield to it because I want to fulfill a desire. You see what I'm saying? But then I don't want the backlash, and I don't want no judgment on me. Nah. So this is suffering for the kid, man. Then I was thinking about like back when I used to drink, cause like when I went to the beach or what when I was in Delaware, I went to at the end of the night and I found the boardwalk and parked and tried to get out and just run around. And it was packed, but now I realize I gotta go to a beach that's like sparsely populated or something off the beaten path, because I can't really do the reflecting or the whatever the inner work I'm trying to do, because there's so much visual temptation with the youngins. And it's almost like, it's not the almost, they are, whether they realize or conscious of it or not, they're being bred for whoredom, especially as a youngin', you know what I'm saying? Because you're accentuating your sexuality, you know what I'm saying? Uh, most, let's say, I don't know, in my humble opinion, the average black woman is destroyed by the time she's 25. Like, she's of no use as far as building with, growing, you know what I'm saying? Growing old with, whatever. So it then almost creates a borderline, and I'm gonna say it, a borderline pedophilia, because of course as a you desire a younger woman, of course of age, for the purpose of marriage, procreation, so on and so forth. but this culture will actually end up breeding pedophilia because the old they destroy, or the ones your age, depending on how old you are. Then you see the young who are still not necessarily as intoxicated by the one, or they haven't got full of it as of yet because they're still younger. So they might still have some femininity. They might still have some long hair. They might, you know what I'm saying, still not have a certain aura about themselves as of yet. And then you'll look at that as a lesser of two evils. But you know, she's not wifey either. So then it's almost like you're preying on them in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Now, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to prey on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want my desire met, but I don't want to wake up next morning like, yo, you know what I'm saying? My head gonna be hung low. And, you know, from years of messing up and drinking and making bad decisions, I just deal with the vexation rather than wake up in shame. I don't want no more shame. Shame, hell of a drug. But yeah, man, it's real in the battlefield. I might have to cover this more in depth, but it's insane, bro. And then like my man, she not coming. I don't care how hot it is. But I don't know, bro. I'm on, man. Wow.